Welcome to information about Bridge Elementary. My name's Lonnie Rounds. I'm the academic director. I have about 20 years experience in both charter schools and traditional schools. Our board is a voluntary board comprised of amazing members: Matt Moritzen, Carrie Topance, Debbie Nelson, Shirley Atkinson, and Howard Stevenson. Leilani Williams is our lead secretary, and Trent Brown works for a charter school management company, Academica West, and he helps us navigate all the setup that's required of a new school. Charter schools are public schools. We're tuition free. Our teachers have to follow the same licensing requirements required by the state. Our funding's similar to traditional district schools with a few differences, mostly in we don't get property tax funds. We follow the same core standards and the same testing that's required by the state. Bridge is authorized by the Utah State Charter Board. This is our location, just across the street from Triple Stop. Our school is a 2-story school with kindergarten, 1st and 2nd on the main floor, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th upstairs. This is how the school will sit on the property. The whole playground area is all fenced. We open August 2020. Our hours will be 8:30 to 3:30. We aren't sure what short day we will have, but we will have a short day. It will either be Wednesday or Friday. We will determine that with a survey to parents. Our lottery is now open. Enroll online at bridgecharter.org. We will run our first lottery prior to January 15th. The maximum enrollment for the first year is 532 students. Our mission is all about personalized learning, but mostly the important part is we want to empower our students to take personal ownership and accountability for their own academic performance. The State Charter Board requires schools to sign a contract, and these are the 4 goals that we have with the state. 80% of our kids have to be able to articulate their personalized learning plan goals. 70% of our students will actually meet their PLP goals. For 4th through 6th grade students on the end of level RISE testing the state provides, we need to be 10 points higher in growth than the surrounding schools. And our kindergarten through 3rd graders, our average end of year benchmark needs to be 20% higher than our beginning of year benchmark. Bridge is much different than a traditional school or any other charter schools for that matter. We have full day kindergarten. We offer a military lottery preference for active duty, those in the National Guard, and those in the Air Force Reserves. We'll have free before and after school programs allowing you to drop your students off somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning and picking them up 3:30 to 4:30, except for on short day, we won't have an after school program. Every classroom will have flexible seating. Our instructional practices are aligned with the latest in educational research. During recess, we have expanded recess safety to ensure that we have 1 adult per student, 30 students out on the playground. We have an academic director, which will be myself, over all things teaching and learning, and a director of operations and student services, who will be over everything else and the lower level behavior problems. Kids 1st through 6th grade will all have a personalized learning plan. They'll have an advisor assigned to them to help them write their personalized learning plan, track their progress. Students will receive learning choice several times during the week where they get to choose what they want to learn and how they want to learn it. Instead of homework, we have PLP goal activities. So at the bottom of the personalized learning plan, the student will have items listed that they can practice at home or during non-school hours to help them achieve their goals. Students will attend daily rotations for language arts and math. Those rotations consist of centers or stations, computer-aided instruction, and small group instruction with their teacher. They'll have small group instruction with their language arts teacher and with their math teacher. Our environment is different in that the language arts and math will not be delivered in a whole group setting. The personalized learning plan will be developed by the student and their advisor. Their advisor will actually meet every 2 weeks with the student to look at progress and update that personalized learning plan. It'll have a goal for reading, a goal for math, action steps to help them achieve the goal, and those personalized learning plan goal activities to help them work on goal achievement while they're at home or away from school. The PLP will be digitally accessible to parents, and parents will be invited to meet quarterly with the student and advisor to discuss the PLP. These are our learner dispositions that the visible learning specialist and everyone through the school will be empowering learners to be. Reflective, as I mentioned, determined, flexible, thorough, enthusiastic. Will teach them how to take initiative. This is an example of what a learning pod looks like. All reading and math instruction will take place in those small group instruction rooms, and your child will rotate between small group, stations, and computer-aided instruction. We'll have 2 paraeducators who are supervising stations, 1 licensed classroom teacher in each breakout room, and 1 paraeducator supervising computer-aided instruction. There are lockers in the classroom, as well as a drinking fountain and a sink. We'll have flexible seating in all classrooms, so students can choose how they are most comfortable learning, and our teachers will receive training from a professional prior to school beginning to learn how you actually use flexible seating in a classroom. As I mentioned before, we have PLP goal activities. Your child will never have a homework packet, homework grades. We'll never have Fun Friday aligned with how much homework the child completed. What we want to do is teach students to take ownership of their learning, so they're encouraged to participate in those PLP goal activities at home or during non-school time to help them attain their goals. We'll have before and after school programs. Students can come to school anytime between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning, and they will participate in either PLP goal activities, computer-aided instruction, or watch a movie. Students are not allowed in the morning to play on the playground or run around through the school. After school, we'll have bridge after-school enrichment programs, except for on short days. These are classes the student will sign up for. They're free. The students have to pre-register because some of the classes will be age-based or grade-based, and some of the classes will have an enrollment cap. For example, if it's an art class, we don't want 30 students in an art class. It's just too many for the teacher to be able to take care of. We'll also have a goal activities and imagine learning program the students can do after school, and that will not require registration. This is just an example of what a day could look like at Bridge. A 4th grader comes in, they meet with the whole class and all their teachers in a morning meeting, and then they go through their rotations, they go to recess, they go to a special, which in this example is a visible learning specialist or PE, and then the groups switch. They go back to recess, they have lunch, they always have recess before lunch. Then they'll do their math rotations consisting of computer-aided instruction, stations, and small group learning. They'll have learning choice, then go to recess, participate in a read aloud with the whole group. The teachers will provide whole group instruction and intervention time. They'll do vocabulary burst, and then they close the day like they started with an afternoon meeting. Some of the most common questions. Yes, we'll have a lunch program. We will file to be part of the free and reduced lunch program. We'll have a lunch program day 1. I don't know when the free and reduced portion of that program will start. That's up to the state. We will have breakfast. It may not start initially. That often takes several weeks for the state to approve your breakfast program after school begins. We definitely will have a special education program. Because we're a public school, we're required to do that by state and federal law. As I mentioned, we'll have before and after school programs. In the classroom, our adult to student ratio during whole group or during in the learning pods will be 1 to 15. So one adult educator to 15 students. And then when they go to their specialist classes, the ratio would be 1 to 15 or 1 to 23 depending on the activity. During small group, the maximum will be 1 to 10. We do have a dress code. You can find that on our website. It's pretty liberal. Students are required to wear polo shirts. They can be long sleeved or short sleeved. They can be any color, but they have to be a plain color. Bottoms are tan or black bottoms. And shoes must be closed-toed with no wheels. Teachers will not assign homework. We've mentioned that previously. Your student will be on the computer about 30 minutes a day for language arts and 30 minutes a day for math. And then once a week, they'll have a computer-based technology class that's 30 minutes. Construction will begin very soon, and we anticipate the school opening probably in July, but definitely ready for occupancy in August. Parents can volunteer, and we highly encourage that. In fact, our charter suggests that families provide 30 hours a year of volunteer service. We have lots of jobs available, and you'll find those on our website with the little icon jobs. Teacher jobs will be posted around January, staff positions posted around March. We have more community meetings coming up. You can see the schedule here. They're all held at the Roy Library, 7 o'clock. They last about an hour. This is how you can get in touch with me. We also have social media. We post a lot of stuff through Facebook and Instagram especially. And if you follow one of those, you are sure to get the latest information. Have a great day, and thank you for listening. Our students participate in visible learning activities to help promote those learner dispositions: initiative, determination, thoroughness, flexibility, enthusiasm, and reflection. Our teachers will have a minimum of 38% of their contracted time to analyze data, develop learning activities, collaborate with peers, and attend needs-based professional learning. Teachers will participate in micro-teaching, where teachers are filmed during their instruction time and then review the film later and reflect on how they can improve their teaching skills. Our classrooms are designed as grade-level learning pods, so we'll have all 3 classes in one pod. We'll have 3 licensed teachers and 3 highly qualified paraeducators in each pod. And then we have teacher specialists who will come in and provide those content-specific learning standards such as social studies, science, writing, arts and humanities, PE, and health. We will also employ a professional learning specialist and a curriculum instruction specialist to help our teachers make sure that they're teaching according to best practices.